Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. And today we're gonna be talking about how to pass the real estate test after you keep failing. Write everything down as soon as you leave the test.
If you take month breaks in between studying, you're not gonna, how are you gonna pass?
Yeah, like this traffic just to go 2 exits is just too much. Okay, if y'all saw my last video, that video was about how to pass the real estate test. So let's say you didn't follow everything I told you to do, or you are just now finding out about my channel and now you're like, girl, how the heck do I pass this test because I done failed it a few times. I'm gonna show you, okay? This is very simple, it's very easy. Number one, you're not studying enough, okay? And if you're studying enough, you're not studying the right content. That's just what it is. There's a disconnect between you and your studying habits, or you and the content that you're learning, because there's no reason why it's not coming in. Like, what's going on? You gotta talk to yourself, you gotta figure it out. Is it your boo? Is it your kids? Like, is it work? Like, what is holding you back? Because typically it's something. Because if I ask you right now, what is it? Write in the comments, tell me why you're not passing your test, because there's a reason why. I can tell you mine, lazy. Thought I knew everything, had the entitlement cap on. My mother, she's a real estate broker. So I was like, yeah girl, I know everything and I'm listening to this professor, but I'm really not, because I already know how to sell a house and you can't tell me nothing, sir. And then things got real when I went to go take when I finished all my classes. You have to take the in-house test before you, like, they give you your certificate for passing the 60 hours, and I couldn't pass. Took me an extra year because I was playing around to actually get it. So you need to figure out why what is it? Something's not clicking. And if you got to the point where you finish your 60 hours and you keep retaking the state exam, it's time to get down to nitty gritty. So, I don't know how I want to do this. Ooh, see, I done failed so many times that I got all the papers. Like, I got a few of these. So you need to look at, because when you fail, you'll get a paper, okay? The first time you fail, okay, cool, you failed. You know, you was testing it out, you were trying to see like what's tea, what's really up. But if you don't fail the second time, then it's like, all right, it's time to sit down and for us to have a conversation on why you keep failing this test, because you're not gonna be me. You're not gonna be walking around looking dumb, feeling like me, because your girl cried. Okay, let's get into it. So when you fail, come on. When you fail, they're going to give you a list of all of the topics and what you got on the test. How many you got right, how many you got wrong, and then like your score. So here I got a 67% and you need a 70. So I got 2 questions wrong. I was 2 questions off from passing the test. And it's sad because all my tests were 1 or 2 points, and it was so sad. The state test was a different story because I was getting 50%. So what you need to do is you need to figure out where are you failing? Like, where are you messing up at? So I'm gonna switch to my computer and I'm gonna show you. Actually, I'm gonna just pull it up right here so you guys can kind of see exactly what I'm talking about. So after I kept failing and failing, I was like, okay girl, you gotta figure out why do you keep failing. So I put it in a spreadsheet and I'm like, okay, this is my issue. my issue became, and I done took this test, you see the dates. I took it on 4/6, 4/4, and 3/27. So my issues were property ownership, contracts, practice of real estate, and real estate calculations, and kind of, like I said, I did okay in general principles of agency and transfer of title. So when you have data like that, that's the best thing you can have and to refer back to see why do I keep failing, right? First, you're gonna go into the chapters and you're gonna see all of the chapters that are associated with that title. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. So example, real estate calculations. This is just an example, I'm gonna show you what I mean. So real estate calculations are going to be in the chapter 12, real estate financing. It's also going to be in chapter 14, the closing of the real estate transaction. And it's also going to be in unit 16, real estate appraisals. Because that's what it literally has to do all about. And then the last one that it might be would be chapter 13, which is government involvement in real estate financing, which it really doesn't go over like the math questions, but it has to do with the loans, and I think that's important. I don't know where the whole points are. This should be somewhere in here, but points, oh, here we go. That's chapter 14, the closing the real estate transaction, because you're definitely gonna have to know how to count points. After you figure out what chapters you need to go back and read, you're going to make a little checklist, okay? You're gonna go back, read those chapters, read them in your read them in your universal book, the regular big book, and then you're gonna go into your state specific book and read those same chapters. After that, you're gonna write out all the vocab, and you're gonna figure out what are the questions or what are the vocab that you can't remember. And they're gonna literally write a list, a big list of literally all the vocab words that you can't remember. And that's what you're gonna kind of basically work with moving forward. You're gonna have that list, you're gonna set it down, cool. After that, you're gonna go on Prep Agent, go to those specific categories and study all the content. Just keep taking tests, okay? You're gonna also keep reviewing your vocab, because what's crazy is you could see where there was like one test I did great on something and the next test I sucked. So making sure that you're still studying all the content in the meantime, and you don't just like fall off and just say, oh, I'm not gonna study that. Keep studying everything, okay? Also what's gonna help, and I should have mentioned this in the beginning, when you leave the test, there are gonna be questions where you're like, yo, why don't I know what that means? I don't even know what that is. I never heard of that. Write everything down that you can't remember. Everything you can remember that you didn't know or kind of like couldn't figure out if this was right or wrong. Write it down so that when you go study, you can kind of pick up on it and remember it and learn it, and you'll be good for the next time, okay? The whole point of data is for improvement, so you can track what you've done, where you've been, and how you're gonna move forward. So if you getting these results back and you're not even trying to analyze it, then there's something on you. Well, I was a major in sociology, so I'm all about the data. I'm all about looking at how I can improve myself, but there's a reason why you're not passing your test. Also, if you take month breaks in between studying, you're like, how are you gonna pass? Like, that's what I don't understand. You need to come in, okay, you're dedicated to it, cool. Come in, practice, practice, practice. Take a test, fail, practice. Take a test, fail, practice. We gotta just keep going back. Because the day you stop studying and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna do this, or I'm gonna take a break, you done forgot half the content already. It's just how it goes. If you ask any real estate agent, that's just how it go down. That's how it works. And when I wanted to quit, my mother told me no. Okay, not saying I wanted to quit, but like when I was crying, because one thing about it, I'm a Cancer, and I'm gonna tell you, I cried and I kept crying and I kept crying. I cried every day for a long time because I was so frustrated. And if you watch my story time, like I failed the real estate test 4 times, you'll see, like, I went through a lot. And sometimes it's a blessing and it's a lesson. Like, maybe it was God trying to tell me, like, if this is what you want to do, you gotta put in the work. No, nothing has ever been as hard as real estate test. Like, college, breeze. 20-page paper, breeze. Real estate test, no breeze for me. Like, it was really hard for me to pass that test. Like, it made me feel so stupid and so dumb. Like, you have no idea. Like, the amount of times that I really just was like, this is just too much for me. But I kept persevering and I passed. Everyone will eventually pass. That's how you have to think about it. Like, it might take you 20 tries, it might take you 1, it might take you 2, but the goal is just to pass and to give it all you have while you have the energy in you. Like, don't stop the momentum. I could have been an agent like a year and a half ago. Like, I procrastinated so long and I just kept giving up. Not giving up, but putting it back and putting it back, that it took me a long time for no reason. So if you needed this video for motivation, inspiration, just get up, sit down, really try to figure out what is your primary issue, because it has to be something. Something's going on in your life, something's going on where you're not able to fully commit to real estate. And real estate, if you want to make the big bucks, oh honey, that is your morning, night, your breakfast, your lunch, your snack, your everything you do. You wake up real estate, you go to sleep real estate. That's just what it is if you want to make the bag. And that's just something for me to use. That's just the real on the real. So I don't know where we was at with this video, but all I know is that you need to figure out why there's a reason why you're not passing, okay? And you got to sit down with yourself and be real with yourself and come up with a plan to pass the test. And that's just what it is, because after a certain time, it's like, okay, there's no reason why you're studying 6 months for this test. It was for no reason. So if you guys want a deeper detailed on how to study for the test, watch my other video titled How to Pass Your Real Estate Test, and it'll give you a more concise idea of the content to study, which websites to use, and how to set yourself up for success. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was informative to you. I hope you guys got some inspo, and if you like this video, subscribe, show your love, make a comment, do a little like, okay? Jazzy, your dedicated agent, she's out. Have a great day.